Okay. Okay. How's my hair? How's my makeup? What's up everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're here to talk about the DLC / re-release of Sonic Mania, known as Sonic Mania PLUS. For those of you that may not know, Sonic Mania PLUS is going to be adding new features and functionality to the original Sonic Mania that was released last year. This video will include some spoilers, so if you don't want to spoil the game, feel free to move on to the next video. Sonic Mania PLUS will be released on July 17th, 2018. For those of us out there that were praying for a physical release of Sonic Mania originally when the game came out last year, now is finally our opportunity. Sonic Mania PLUS will be coming out with a physical release for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. The price target of the physical release of Sonic Mania PLUS is $30. But not to fret. If you're an existing Sonic Mania owner and aren't interested in all the features of the physical release of Sonic Mania PLUS, you can get the DLC Pack 2 for the low price of $4.99. As far as the physical release goes, aside from the DLC and the extra features that you get within the game, you also get some pretty cool stuff. You also get a 32-page art book, a reversible game cover that's nostalgic throwback to a Genesis cover, and of course the physical game itself. To top it all off, Sonic Mania PLUS comes at a great time. Sega had just recently announced that Sonic Mania has officially sold 1 million copies worldwide, which is a huge milestone for the Blue Blur, given his somewhat rocky past. So what do we know so far about the new features? One of the first things that was announced was the addition of 2 characters, Mighty the Armadillo and Ray the Flying Squirrel. If you're like me and you have no idea who these characters are or their history, it's worth noting that these characters first appeared in an old Japanese arcade game that had a limited release in North America and Europe called Sega Sonic the Hedgehog. Despite the fact that these are somewhat obscure characters within the Sonic universe, this is exactly what Christian and his team would be looking for to add into a Sonic game. We know that there's going to be 2 new characters, so what do they do in the game? What are their unique abilities? Based on the footage we've seen thus far of Sonic Mania PLUS, we know that Mighty the Armadillo's special ability is something called the Hammer Drop, and it's basically just a really powerful stomp, but that gives him the ability to destroy enemies and other things that would normally hurt other characters, such as the frozen spikes in Press Garden Zone. As for Ray the Flying Squirrel's abilities, he has something called the Air Glide. You may be wondering to yourself, how does this differ from Knuckles' ability? Well, Ray the Flying Squirrel is a little bit different because you can control his nosedive and his gliding up while he's in the air. And this kind of ties into one of the things that I covered in my last video, which is replayability for the game. By this point, if you know anything about Sonic Mania PLUS, you probably know the addition of those 2 characters. So the question now remains, what else is different about this game? One new feature that's been demonstrated very recently are different backgrounds within the existing levels. If you've ever played Sonic the Hedgehog 4, Episode 1 or 2, I feel sorry for you. But all jokes aside, if you've played that game, you may remember that progressing through Splash Hill Zone, which I think is one of the first zones in the game, Act 1, 2, and 3 all have different backgrounds where the time of day changes. Sonic Mania PLUS is somewhat a return to that. In the footage that we've seen, we know that there are some levels that have a background at dusk and even during the evening. Another new feature that's being introduced is increasing the multiplayer versus mode from a 2-player split screen to 4-player split screen. There's also been a fix in zone transitions. So if you've played through Sonic Mania already, you know that there are some zone transitions which actually demonstrate where Sonic is going and how he gets to the next level. Unfortunately, there's a few where it just goes to a black screen and you have no idea how he got from point A to point B. Sonic Mania PLUS aims to address that and fixes it in a cool way. From a storyline perspective, this definitely helps to clear the gap as to how Sonic and his team are able to get to levels that exist on different islands or even different planets. One of the most hyped features is a difference in boss battles, especially for Metal Sonic. At the end of the typical Metal Sonic boss battle, what you knew from the previous Sonic Mania, he actually gets tossed the Phantom Ruby from Dr. Eggman and transforms into this huge mecha robot. I absolutely love how the new boss battle looks. It's actually very reminiscent of the great Eggman Robo from Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Last but not least, a very minor feature as part of this update is the ability to change the settings on save files. Now if you use a no save file, you're already used to the fact that you could change the drop dash into the Insta Shield, or you could add the and Knuckles mode. Now you can do both of those even for save files. I think at this point, the only really unknown feature is Encore mode. And Encore mode was just something that was announced with the release of Sonic Mania PLUS. Based on the footage that we've seen, is Encore mode simply the fact that the same levels that we've played over and over again will have different backgrounds? Does it include anything in a change of variation in the way the level is designed? Are the bosses going to be different aside from Metal Sonic? And how do Mighty and Ray fit into the story? Is that part of the Encore mode as well? So what's your most anticipated feature for the upcoming Sonic Mania Plus? Let me know in the comments below, and please do click that thumbs up if you like what you saw. Until next time.